Hi Apollo, thanks for joining us. You've got your own Rugby Skills Academy here in the UAE. Can you tell me a little bit about the academy and give us some information on it?
Yeah, well, the academy's this is our 10th year anniversary. We've been operating since just the beginning of 2010. And it started as a small little project of just upskilling kids for the sport of rugby, mainly through skills work, and then it's just developed into a big business, and it's one of the largest rugby academies in the region.
Yeah. So how many schools do you work with at the moment?
We currently work with 12 schools who's operating our ECA programs, which is just teaching the basic skills of rugby, introduction into rugby mainly, because there's a lot of kids who probably don't know the game, but would like to try it out. So hence the reason why we've introduced rugby into the schools program, especially into primary school. It's been one of our main sources of introducing kids into our larger academy, which operates in the evenings. So the schools program is what we call Skills in Schools, and kids within that school can join in and participate and learn the game. And then we've got our Rugby Academy, which operates in the evenings out of Dubai College, Jebel Ali, Jess Arabian Ranches, and Dubai English Speaking College. So these are our four main Rugby Academy sites where we get a lot of novices, but we also get a lot of the more experienced rugby players who want to come and just do the upskilling without the pressure of games, without the pressure of parents.
Yeah, is that fairly popular then? Just people to come along and just learn the skills?
Yeah, it's very popular, and I think that's why we created an environment where the kids are just learning the basic skills, but also learning. We have a real learning culture where there's a lot of feedback and line of inquiry with the kids, making sure that the kids fully understand what we're trying to deliver, but also at the same time they're having fun. And I think you lose touch with kids when the environment's not fun and not enjoyable, and so we create a real fun environment where kids want to come back and learn the skills, and without the pressure of having to perform. So that it's all right to make mistakes in our sessions, and I think sometimes when they go back to club, there's always that pressure of performing. And so our coaches are highly qualified. We have a couple of former ex-internationals who coach within our program, which helps because they come from that experience of, look, it's all right to fail. I failed, so it's a good. It's a good learning platform for a lot of kids who don't know rugby, who are afraid of rugby, and we teach the tackle technique and making sure that they, when they go to actually play competitive rugby, there's no fear, and with that we try and teach them the techniques, the technical side of rugby, a lot of the rules that they don't fully understand. It's so that they're able to go and play the game confidently and give them that confidence to play. And so that's the key for our academy. It's in a more holistic perspective, so where we try and mentor the kids, because we know that we're not the ones that had to put them on the field. We're not the ones that had to select them to play for a team or have to drop them. We're the guys that are there to help them sort of build the confidence to go and give them that mental ability to go in there and say, it's okay, and we can play.
And I guess you've been running for 10 years now. Have you seen a kind of rugby in the region being on the increase? It seems like it's a sport that it's really picking up popularity.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's picked up a lot of popularity with other cultures as well. It's a growing sport within Asia, and Asia's the biggest growing region in world rugby. And it's a big region. It's the largest region in world rugby. And in fact, when you capture kids in China and India and all those areas, it's growing in the region. So therefore, when we first began, there was a lot of expats who were predominantly English, Europeans, Australian, New Zealanders. But now we're getting a lot of sort of your minority culture. Well, I'm going to say minority culture
in terms of rugby.
In terms of rugby knowledge. which is nice. That's because we've seen that there's an increase in rugby in the region. But the other big rise is girls rugby, and girls rugby is on the high. It's the fastest growing female sport in New Zealand. It is one of the fastest growing female sports in the UK as well. So you can see that there is a place for that the girls now feel they're part of it. They're part of this growth, and it's big. And I'm watching girls play, and they're just as aggressive, they're just as competitive as the boys in the game of rugby, especially in contact rugby. And it's interesting that we have sort of girls who come out of what they call touch rugby here, who now sort of want to be part of the sort of contact rugby because it's big in universities. It's very big in the universities in the UK and the US. So one of the main sports in the UK university is contact rugby, and so they want to get it through us. But going back over the 10 years, we've seen a lot of kids go and graduate from our academy and do really well overseas. Making representative teams in the UK, New Zealand, Australia. Making good university teams and making provincial, going into professional level. So we've been very proud of that. But again, not everybody's going to become a professional rugby player. But what we try and give is give them the confidence to learn the basic skills. But also there's learning perseverance, learning resilience, really learning how to be competitive, all the life skills that you need. We try and teach them within rugby. It's funny, we get kids who go into the tackle, and with the first part of it, they're always afraid. It's that fear of the unknown, fear of getting hurt. And once they've learned the tackle technique, you've taken away that fear. And they come away, after a few weeks in the program, they're like going, I like tackling now. And we're like going, that's good. That's an experience.
It's been changing 2 weeks.
You've conquered something. And it's teaching them that ability to conquer, those fears. And because it is a crazy sport. Because it's only one of very few sports that has a real high element of danger. And I always say that there's a high element of danger, and so involved in rugby. So to play rugby, you've got to. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, but But I'm very passionate about the game, and I try and project that passion to kids so that. And it's not to try and convert them to play rugby. It's just to help them sort of cope with situations, and it's actually good for their mindset and helping. There's a lot of mental health with talk around sort of adults and sports people, but no one really considers the mental health that kids go through. The challenges they go through. There could be, these stress, these depressed kids, these anxiety that kids go through, and we are always engaging with kids that have gone through that process, and we talk to them. And we say, well, let's go hit this tackle bag and let's see how you feel. And we're always, I'm big on mental health at the moment, and we're trying to not just help the kids through it, but also helping parents with that side of things, how to cope with it, how to deal with your kids' disappointments. How do you curb that? And that's what part of the academy is about. And we're not just a rugby academy; we're also an academy that cares for kids and care for parents, and how to manage their kids, but also how to be good parents, supportive parents.
So it's just another way, I guess, you can use sport to kind of
absolutely. I think sometimes parents are the problem, and we try and help parents sort of understand that their role is so important. To the livelihood of their kids growing and developing into the child that they eventually be a good adult, and so and to cope with the pressures. because I think sometimes we can put a lot of pressure on kids.
Yeah. And I guess at your academy you mentioned some coaches with previous international experience, but
Yes.
also includes yourself at New Zealand. Can you tell us a little bit of a background about your playing career?
Oh,
wasn't that long ago?
I played rugby union and rugby league professionally and internationally.
Yeah.
I went to the UK in 1994. It's a long time ago. So I've been out of New Zealand since then, and played rugby league for a team called St Helens after playing for North Harbour in Auckland in New Zealand, and then played also internationally for New Zealand at junior level, and then for Western Samoa, Samoa now at international level, and then went to rugby league. Back then, rugby union was amateur, rugby league was the only professional sport, and so went to St Helens, which is near Liverpool. My team, Liverpool. Any football supporters out there, Mighty Reds. We're leading the competition at the moment, and play rugby league there. And then in the early 2000, I switched back to rugby union, went to Sale Sharks in Manchester, and retired and went back to rugby league coaching. So I've coached in rugby union, coached at Sale for a while, and then went to rugby league to coach in rugby league, and then I come to Dubai and coaching back to rugby. So there's a sort of a mixture of rugby league, rugby union, sort of coaching methods that I include within our coaching philosophies, and so that it helps. And everything that I've gone through rugby, trying to impart that onto the kids and how to enjoy it, really. Yeah.
And then adding another layer to that, you are coach of the UAE rugby team.
I am the coach of the UAE rugby team. I coach the national under 18 boys and girls, which is the age grade. A mixture. We have some a lot of expats that play. And just recently come back from Malaysia with my under 19 boys competing in the Asia, and then I was in not Uzbekistan. I forgot the name of the. I've just come back with the girls. I took the girls under 18 girls to near Kazakhstan. I forgot the name now.
That's all right.
It'll come to me when I'm driving down the road afterwards. But yeah, I'm in control of all international representation. So, but I mainly coach the senior men's, and we're the top 5 teams in the Asia. Yeah. Competing against probably out of the top 5 teams, we're the only amateur side. The other teams are professional sides, so everybody here is here to work, and rugby here is not professional. So I oversee the development of Emirati players. So we have an Emirati program that we go into schools in the Ministry of Education, and we work with Emirati kids and coaches and teachers within the Ministry of Education, putting rugby in the curriculum. So last year we managed to put rugby in the curriculum of all Emirati schools in the UAE, which was a major feat for us as a federation, but it's an agreement with the government. And they only play touch in school, but when we go, we teach them contact. So it's getting there.
Yeah. And I guess coming back to the academy, it's not so much about competition, but what are some major events, or is there anything that you're really looking forward to in the next few months?
Well, for me, we go to the tomorrow. Tomorrow, the weekend, is the HSBC Minis and Youth. It's over 3,000 kids playing rugby over the weekend, tomorrow and Saturday. And we have a presence there, and we go there to watch our kids. All the kids that have come through the academy, there's so many hundreds of kids that have come through our academy. We go and support them. It's one day that all our coaches are there, and we go and support all our kids and give them a bit of feedback and they love us being there because we're just there to watch them play. And so that's one of the big events that's coming up for us. Our academy still goes. We work on 10 weeks per term for over 3 terms, and term 3. So we go work through all the way to East, and then after term 2 we go into term 3, which is our main term, our summer term. It's the hottest time of the year, but it's our busiest because there's no rugby. There's no club rugby, there's no school rugby, so every kid from all over Dubai, they all kind of tend to come down to us, and that's probably one of it's a great term. It's so busy, and we have a lot of our coaches, and we work on very low ratios. And one of the main reasons why we're kind of popular is that our maximum ratio is 1 to 10 kids, and depending on the age, and so if there's boys and girls from the ages of 5 to 7, we work on 1 to 6, 1 coach to 6 kids, and that's the key to delivering a good program is the ratios. Yeah.
Fantastic, Apollo. Well, thanks so much for talking to Golf Youth Sport, and all the best for all your commitments for the rest of the year.
What a lovely morning to come and talk to you guys. Thank you very much.
Fantastic, thanks.
Thank you.